Well, welcome and thank you for joining us. My name is Christy Trammell with the Three Rivers Area Chamber of Commerce, and we're here with Kathy Abbs from the Sturgis Area Chamber of Commerce and Amy East, who is running for the 59th District State Representative position. We have an interview set up with her where we're going to ask a few questions that she's had in advance, and then we will turn it over and have Kathy ask her a couple of additional questions, and then we'll close it out. The questions that she's had in advance include introduce yourself and tell us why did you choose to run for this office? What do you hope to accomplish while in office? And what do you bring to the table that sets you apart from the other candidates? Amy, I'll turn it over to you now.
All right, thank you. So again, my name's Amy East. We're running for the Democratic candidate for the 59th District State Representative. And I am running for this position because this area is my home. And I was born and raised here. I'm actually 7th generation here, 4th generation graduate of Constantine High School. And so it means very much to me. And I graduated from college. I graduated from Michigan State and went off and did my career in archaeology and came home to find that home wasn't the same place that I left. A lot of people are struggling. A lot of families are struggling. The schools, our farms, our downtowns are all struggling. And so this is a place where we want to raise our daughter. And this is a place where my nieces and nephews are being raised. And a lot of my friends still live and they're raising their children here. And so in order for them to have a place where they can come home to, I want to make this a more sustainable, a better place for our kids so they can have the same idea of home. My platform that I'm running on is basically support for public education. I'm trying to find ways to grow our economy here, whether that's through small businesses to try to revamp our small towns. And I also want to make sure that our farmers are well supported because these are all part of our community here. But at the same time, we also need to make sure that our environmental riches that we have, the resources that we have, stay wonderful places for us to enjoy. The air, the water, we've got PFAS contamination in some areas. We need to move forward in ways that allow us to be good stewards to the environment as well. Now, as far as what I bring to the table, that's a little bit different. I think I've got two pieces of me, I suppose you could say, that might not be typical. And one is my long history here. This place, growing up on a farm, you get a deep sense of home that you don't really get in another way. It's very personal for me. You know, I feel a great responsibility to ensure that I'm looking out for this place that my ancestors were part of building, and that I'm also building it in a way that's going to let it be a good place for my kid and for my nieces and nephews and all my friends' kids and grandkids and everybody here. So I have that tie to the land that makes this very personal for me. I also have, as having had a career in archaeology, a kind of different way of shaping the world. I don't see things according to the next election cycle. I don't see short-term solutions. I look at long-term solutions for our problems. I'm looking at the interconnectedness of everybody and everything here. We're all a great web that's all tied together. And so the way that I approach a problem is looking at long-term solutions built by building bridges together, because as a community, we can build stronger, more lasting solutions by doing this together. So that's me in a nutshell. I appreciate the chance to answer these questions, and I look forward to what Kathy has to ask.
Thank you, Amy. It's no secret that there is going to be a great shortfall in state revenue, due to the coronavirus. And we keep hearing about cuts to our schools, our local governments. So what area of the budget would you move to cut first, and why?
I don't know at this point, because there's no good solution, because everything is tied together. What I do know is that I don't want to see cuts to our education. But you know, we can't, we're already in a shortfall in that situation. I think as a state, we need to look at a graduated income tax to try to increase our revenue base as opposed to a flat tax. And I think that we need to look at other ways of generating revenue. In terms of what I would cut, I'm not sure yet. When I get to Lansing, then I can make a more informed decision, because I don't want to jump into anything without kind of being thorough.
Okay. Well, as you know, with any decision that's made, there's always some sort of a fallout. And I'm curious, like, how would you handle that fallout?
Oh, there's never going to be a time where a decision is, if I was a representative, that everybody would be on board with that. For me, I think being available and being approachable and engaging in conversations is one part of it. There's never going to be anybody that's ever, you know, you're never going to get 100% of the people that are happy with you or satisfied with a decision. But I think if you engage in honest conversation and, you know, talk about the pros and cons of any decision, because there's never a decision that doesn't have any unintended consequences, or that may not have some downside. You know, you build coalitions and work together for what is best for as many people as possible. So I think just being honest and open and meeting with people and having those conversations, then you may not win over all the hearts, but I think, you know, you're going to win broader support.
Okay. Given the state of our infrastructure that we all know has been in dire straits for a number of years, what would you propose, you know, to address that financial shortfall?
Around here, you know, we have so many local roads, and obviously the governor's bonds addressed a lot of the highways, but they aren't going to help us very much over here. Now, granted, we don't have much of an economy without, you know, the larger cities' economy, so it's not like we're disconnected from them. What benefits them is going to benefit us. But what I would like to see is, since so much of the burden for local infrastructure falls on our local governments, I would like to see our local governments being funded in a better manner, so that they can make the decision on what roads need those the best. One of my big concerns right now, though, is I understand with the dam that we saw over in Midland, the 2 dams that failed over there, I'm concerned about the dams over here, because I saw a recent report that the Portage Dam above downtown Three Rivers is and it has large concerns about it. So we need to we need to address our roads, but we also can't forget about, you know, the dams. We need to address our electrical grid and all of them. And I would like to start by enabling our local governments to take those steps they need to, and then also gaining some traction at the state level, because I think in any situation, being proactive is better than being reactive.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Amy, and thank you for your consideration to represent us.
Thank you, Kathy.
And you're welcome. And to any of those that are watching this, remember to please go vote in the primary on August 4th, and then certainly again on November 3rd. It's important.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amy.